Hello, hello, hello. Are you receiving me at the back? I don't know. I wonder if it's working. So I'm just waiting. It is working. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's coffee time, where we look at the news. So it's all a bit funny. It said my stream wasn't registered or something. It was something wasn't going on. But it doesn't matter. We're here now. It's coffee time, where we look at the news. Let's look at the news. We've got some woke watch. Everybody loves a bit of woke. Remember, go woke, go broke. Hashtag. Well, apparently Nike have upset everyone because they've done a new. I don't get it. Nike have got the New England kit, because they always bring out a new kit because that's how they make their money. But they've done the George Cross like that. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. But apparently fans are furious with it. It doesn't even look like a George Cross. It looks like something else. Is it meant to be kind of, I don't know, what does that represent? I don't understand. But anyway, people are annoyed by it. But yeah, this is Harry Kane. We saw him yesterday in that terrible statue. Here he is modelling it from the front. It looks all right, but I don't know what that's meant to represent. But anyway, we're going to read it and see and find out what's got. £125. Jesus Christ! But apparently, Dishy Rishi has waded in, and it says, "Don't mess with our flags." It says the George flag is fine as it is. I don't know what it's supposed to. Here you go. Nike and the Football Association have failed to adequately explain why the flag is blue and purple rather than red and white. Just calling it playful and a homage. I'll be calling porridge. Homage to the 1966 World Cup kit. Okay, so that's that. Nope, I'm not getting it. Anyway, people are upset. It's woke watch. I don't even know I don't know what it is. I mean, no, don't get it. Don't get it. Now, if they'd have stylised, red, white, and blue into it, like the Union flag, I might have understood it. But apparently, everyone's even Starmer's in. And he says it doesn't need to be changed. We just need to be proud of it. Everyone's unanimous on this, and we have some more. Woke watch. This is good, isn't it? Yeah, this is. We're going to Iceland. Yeah, not Iceland, the country, where they've got the volcano erupting, but we're going to Iceland, the shop, because Iceland, again, I don't know why you do this. For Easter, what do you have at Easter? You have your little chicks, don't you? You have little chicks and your daffs. I'm talking about imagery. You don't eat the daffs or the little chicks. You have your Easter eggs, don't you? But you also have your hot cross buns, don't you? Well, Iceland thought, how can we get some press? How can we get some press about our hot cross buns without actually paying any money? They said that they were trialling this. It's not a hot cross bun; it's a hot tick bun, apparently. But yeah, they're trialling these new. It's not even a hot cross bun, is it? I guess you'd call it a fruited bun. Yeah, a spiced fruited bun with a tick bun. That sounds horrible. A tick bun sounds like it's got bugs in it. So yeah, and people are outraged. I'm not outraged. I just don't. Again, like that other thing, I don't get it. Why would you do this? Because people are just going to look at that and go, "I'll get them from Sainsbury's or insert other supermarket here," because it's in the title, hot cross buns. It's just, why mess with something that's established? Now, I could understood it if they said you can have hot cross buns all year and put a tick on it, eh? And then went back. Now that would work, wouldn't it? But yeah, apparently Iceland have pissed off everyone with their hot tick buns. Uh, but yeah, they said that they've done research and found that a fifth of customers would prefer buns to have a tick. But yeah, again, I guess, isn't it also the Nike slogan? I'm melding. It's like a bit like the Nike tick, isn't it? So yeah, people got annoyed. Darren Dixon, he went crazy and said, "Oh, they wouldn't offend the Muslims this way." I just don't get why you'd change something that's got it in the title to something else. And yeah, and some people on social media were, again, I don't get it. But anyway, here's a picture of their actual hot cross bun. So I just drifted off there, trying to. But yeah, if they were going to say you can have your hot cross buns all year round, and then put the tick on, people would go like it, and then they revert it back to Easter. Fine, but oh boy, people are furious. They are. They're right furious. They're furious. Furious. Meanwhile, do you fancy going to a cheap gig? Yeah, this weekend on Sunday, you can get yourself down to the O2, because orchestral manoeuvres in the dark, or OMD, are finding it a bit hard to flog their tickets. Now you've got to remember, these guys were absolutely massive back in the day. This is Andy McCluskey and Paul Humphreys, but they're on, like I said, at the O2, and normally their tickets start about 60 quid. Here they are more recently, and they're not selling any, so you can pick them up for as little as a tenner. Yeah, there's a website called Show Film First, and what that does is it helps bands fill those empty seats by flogging cut price tickets. So you might want to get along there, and you'll be able to see the band doing stuff like this. There you go. Look, I think he's strained himself, poor bastard. So there you go. But however, the band say the tour is the most successful in over 30 years, with 50,000 tickets sold. But obviously, nobody wants to go and see them at the OMD, at the O2. So, there you go. Something for you to do, isn't it? Something for you to do. Meanwhile, court news. Going to a trial at Manchester Court, and this is the story of Lochman Shonibari. Here he is. He's been described here as a controlling Nigerian husband. I think it's a bit unfair, isn't it? Let's see how controlling he is. Okay. During the trial at Manchester Crown Square Court, Luckman Shonibari, who's 44, threatened to divorce his wife, Lindsay, right? And he made her sign a date a contract pledging never to drink, smoke or lie back in January 2020. Blimey, I suppose he's a bit controlling if he did that. And then he convinced his wife that he could see that she'd been smoking, using, I guess he used his evil eye or his spiritual power. Ooh. And here's the naive fool that was married to him. She's Lindsay Shonibari. Barry. She was married to him. And again, she's got those surprised eyebrows. She's in constant surprise. Look, I should get my eyebrows done like that. Always look like this, in a state of alarm. but yeah, she said she felt she was being mentally tortured every day. So you can really see the eyebrows now. There's some fantastic eyebrow action. But yeah, he said, I can see you smoking, using my mystical powers. No, he actually set up a hidden camera to spy on her. Oh. But yeah, she discovered that he was actually watching her using a camera, which he'd hidden in a boxing glove. But yeah, but he claimed he had spiritual powers from drinking holy water from Nigeria. So yeah, so this court case is going on. The trial is expected to last 3 days, with Mr. Shonibari pleading not guilty to 1 count of coercive and controlling behaviour. Blimey. Good news, everybody. Do you like Viagra? I went to the doctor and said, Doctor, I'm having a bit of trouble with the little chap. And he said, yeah, take this pill. And he gave me this really large pill. Yeah. I said, what do I do with it? He said, put it in your shoe. I said, I'm not doing that. It's going to make me limp. That's a terrible joke. Anyway, but yeah, apparently, if you regularly take Viagra and sildenafil, why do they call these things difficult things? Apparently, right, French and Swiss researchers are saying that it may extend your life. Well, it extends your little chap, doesn't it? So obviously, it's going to extend everything. But yeah, men prescribed the impotency drug were found to be 15% less likely to die during the course of the study. Well, I think it's because what it does is it doesn't open up like all the blood flow around the body, doesn't it? Kind of. I think that's what they need to look into. Oh, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. A friend told me. A friend told me about it. Apparently, the life-extending effects were so clear that the team claimed the results warrant further investigation. Medical records of around 500,000 Brits were analysed in the study, which is yet to be peer-reviewed. But with the data, experts at biotech startup Epiterna could see any potential health outcomes linked to certain medications. More than 500 plus drugs have been assessed, which include the antibiotic amoxicillin and cholesterol medication simvastatin. But yeah, most of them had a negative effect on lifespan, so that's why I don't want to go on statins. I'm going to go on the Viagra instead. Yeah. For example, the opioid painkiller morphine was linked to 556% heightened risk of death. Yeah, this is research at the universities of Zurich, Lausanne and Toulouse Hospital. And so yeah, you want some of these. You want some of these because not only will it pep you up, it will extend your life energy even further. Writing in their preprint, the team said these retrospective results warrant further investigation in randomised controlled trials. So there you go. It's good news, isn't it? It's good news. Something that makes you stiff stops you from going a stiff to be stiff. Just I mucked that up that bit. Muck that up. Oh, there's the animal story. Yeah, got an animal story early on. Anyway, this is an issue. Next story is school news. This is an issue that affects my kids at school. Schools have gone really weird over the use of toilets. I don't know why, but trust me, they've gone really odd. I will say you can't go to the toilet. I mean, my daughter had a teacher saying, I never go to the toilet during the day. I think, what is she, a fucking camel? You know. And of course, it's my daughter's got to become a little bit, I don't know, sensitive, obsessed. I don't know. It's started having a bit of an issue because now she feels that she needs the toilet, which doesn't. But anyway, this is nothing. That was my preamble. This is nothing compared to what's going on at Foxford Community School in Longford, Coventry, right? They're only allowed to go to the toilet during a lesson if they're supervised or at break time. And again, at break time, my daughter says, a lot of the toilets are still closed. So there's big, like massive, descending pile of people heading to the toilets. And again, Herb's fine. He gets to go to the disabled toilet, so he's okay. But yeah, Ian Ward said his 6 grandchildren who attend the school have been left upset over the change and stamped it's totally wrong. And to prevent anyone breaking the rules, this is the kicker. The missus' eyes are going to roll. They have installed gates that are locked, so the children can't even access the toilets. Now, this is against human rights, surely. Everyone has a human right to use the toilet. This is ridiculous. We never had this problem when we were kids. I mean, we had outside toilets, so again, if you went, you had to be quick. It was kind of frowned on that you went, but if you did go, especially in the winter, you was like in and you was out again, because we had these outside toilets. I don't think they even had a roof on. They were just like, horrible, cold, smelly things. But yeah, he's upset. He said Mr. Ward said that Foxford Community School installed cage doors on March the 6th, but already keeping the doors locked. Again, they locked the toilet doors at our kids' school to prevent children from using them during lesson times. He said now they've fitted locked cage doors to prevent the kids from even getting near the toilets. The kids are only allowed to go under supervision, which is totally wrong. They're taking away their freedom. Again, they don't treat them like adults. Little adults, they treat them like animals. Look, if all the kids, right, if all the kids together took a giant shit on the desk, or just urinated at the back of the class, they'd soon change the policy. You've got to do like a Spartacus thing. They've all got to do it together. And so don't send your kids to Foxford Community School because they are barbaric there. A lot of these schools, they're all doing it. They've all gone a bit weird. Very, very strange. Very strange. What else is there? Student debt. Now this is I saw this headline earlier. I didn't look at it, but I saw the headline. They've revealed Britain's biggest student debt. Yeah, data released by the Student Loans Company as part of the Freedom of Information request from the BBC shows that the highest outstanding balance in the UK has reached, wait for it, £231,384.24. That's a single person's university debt. They either must be incredibly intelligent and are getting their PhD or something, or incredibly stupid. Can't figure that one out. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. The figures also reveal that most interest accumulated on a loan was around £54,050, whereas the highest repayment made by a graduate, total payment, is £110,112.11. One student who owns a balance of more than £103,000 says he has no hope of paying off the loan in full, and it would take considerable expense to pay off a penny more of the interest. Again, isn't it that when you get to 50, they just kind of write this off? Now, we've got to thank our good old chum, Tony fucking Blair, for this. He basically commercialised. This was, I always call this his Margaret Thatcher moment. Margaret Thatcher sold off, well, everything she could see, but we'll start with like social housing, council homes, and look at the impact that's had on. She created an entire industry, right, selling off that stock, and got it into people's heads that everyone deserved to own their own castle. Before that, majority of people in the UK rented, a bit like in France. In France, the majority of people there, they have. I don't know if they have rent protection. They do in Germany, I know, but they have a culture of renting. The rents aren't too high. They don't go crazy, and But by doing this, Thatcher created an entire system, an entire ecosystem, an entire industry of screwing money out of all of us. And we've got to the point now, again, in the old days, rent used to be cheaper than having a mortgage. Now, having a mortgage is cheaper than being in rental. Again, that's It depends on what size house you have, etc. And that's all down to Thatcher. But this was Tony Blair's Thatcher moment, where he created an entire industry out of commercialising the further education sector and monetised everything. And now kids they get into debt and they expect their university to deliver a very high focused education to them with a degree, a good degree guaranteed. And so there's a lot of expectation there that isn't being fulfilled, and that's all Tony Blair's fault. And he fucked it up for mainly for the poor kids, because again, I was lucky. I got a full degree because my dad left and we were basically dirt poor, so I got a full degree and everything. The missus had help with hers, but now I'd never gone to university. Because I wouldn't want that debt. I wouldn't want to be in that debt, And that's the people it's going to affect. Those kids who have nothing, who may be really intelligent, really bright, are going to go, no, I'm just going to go it alone. Sorry, I went off on a rant now, but I can only apologise. Dr. Luke Amos, 27, a junior doctor from Surrey, started a 3-year course in 2015 before completing a 4-year medical degree. Again, people who work in those industries who can have several years of study end up getting the highest debt on the back of this. He has only paid around £1,000 of the total amount this year. And he owes the balance of. This is the guy who owns a balance of more than £100,000. And you want more doctors. You want more kids to go into medicine and study things like that. This is why we end up having to import doctors from other countries. You see, it's all wrong. It's that the whole system is broken. It's all wrong. And do you know why it's all wrong? Money. It all makes money, right? Because then he has to pay it back. You scare kids off from going into it, and then you import people in, and it's just a constant churn of unfeasible growth. That's what it is. It's his economics run wild. Sorry, I should keep it light and fluffy. So there you go. And how you could, if your kids come to you say, should I go to university? You just got to say no, unless you want to take on that kind of debt, And it's a shame because you can't even help. You can't even help that kind of financial burden. Sorry about that. Good news, everybody. Let's go to the Russians in the Putin's Baltic Fleet. Right, had a bit of a what do you call it? An issue because they accidentally destroyed one of its own vessels. Yeah, the fishing vessel named the Captain Lobanov, not Knock One Off. That's the other one. That's the sister ship. The Captain Knock One Off. Is seen on fire and smoking after suffering a missile attack off the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad. And there it is. The Russians did that to their own ship. And that a shame. And that a shame. What else have we got? Oh, here you go. This is medical news. This is a condition. I've not heard of this one. This is an interesting condition. It's called, oh God, it's called PMO, but it's called prosopometamorphosis. Prosopometamorphosis. PMO. Yeah, it's an interesting condition, right? Because if you have it, people's faces can look rather strange to you. And what they've done here, Dartmouth College have created some images based on a 58-year-old man who has the condition. He's described what he sees. If you have this condition, when you look at someone's face, it appears incredibly distorted, almost demonic. And you can see the pictures here. Oh dear. I hope that's not the Amazon man. She'll be quiet in a minute. But yeah, this was created in Dartmouth College. Excuse me. Layla, yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just went down there. I was passing that way, so I need to go for extra somewhere. And I said, oh, very quiet. And I saw the paper disappear. They said, oh, you must be. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Cheers. Just scared everyone with that picture. Yeah, so people can appear demonic with this condition. But yeah, and this was reported in the Lancet. I mean, that's quite an awful condition to have. You wouldn't want that, would you? It must be quite disturbing, yeah. Most PMO cases see distortions in all contexts, so his case is especially rare and present a unique opportunity to accurately depict his distortions. The findings published in The Lancet said, So yeah, lead author Antonio Mello said, in other studies of the condition, patients with PMO are unable to assess how accurately a visualization of their distortions represent what they see, because the visualization itself also depicts the face. So the patient will perceive distortions on that too, so it will get even more contorted. So this is the first time, but here's, you can say, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So interesting. But there you go. This patient doesn't see distortions on the screen, only on their faces. So they could show the image on the screen. He goes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing. You know, that's a normal face. So there you go, fascinating. But yeah, I hope that by publishing this case, they will raise awareness of the condition. I'd never heard of it. Brad Duchesne, a professor of psychology and brain science and principal investigator of the social perception lab at Dartmouth, said, we've heard from multiple people with a PMO that have been diagnosed by psychiatrists as having schizophrenia and put on antipsychotics when their condition is a problem with the visual system. Oh my God, so they've been completely misdiagnosed as well. Shocking stuff. Meanwhile, let's wish someone a happy birthday. And I think we should, because he's a special guy. Who is it? It's William Shatner's 93rd birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Captain Tiberius James Tiberius Kirk. The dog just went run down the stairs and completely broke my concentration because I shut the door, and she did it again. I should have shut that door. Are you in or out? Are you in or out? Are you in or are you out? How can I be angry at that face? You opened the door again, didn't you? This is the worst coffee time ever. This is anyway. Happy birthday, Bill. For he is 93. That's some good going, isn't it? And must be something. Must be thanking the Canadian blood, mustn't it, that keeps them going so well. Meanwhile, vampire news. All right then. These are incredible new images made using 3D scans of a skull reveal a woman with a pointed chin, silver hair, wrinkled skin, and a slightly crooked nose. I reckon she was a vampire because she was buried with a brick jammed in her mouth. So this is what they reckon. This is what I reckon she may have looked like. But this is how she was buried, right? And they're wondering whether, look at that, and this is what the skeleton looked like. Now it's just I don't know about this. It's a bit odd, isn't it? But yeah. Where is it? They reckon the brick was put in there so she couldn't rise from the dead and feed. But yeah, Brazilian forensic expert and 3D illustrator Cicero Moraes detailed the project in a new study. He explains the skeleton was found in 2006 during excavations of burial pits in Nuovo Lazaretto in Venice, where plague victims who died between the 15th and 17th centuries were buried. And during the work, they found a skull with a brick in its oral cavity. Studies were carried out to find out whether the position of the brick was accidental or deliberate. He explained. Results rejected the first hypothesis, indicating the placement of the brick was intentional as part of a symbolic burial ritual, and fears of vampires were rife in Europe in the Middle Ages. And in some cultures, the dead were buried face down to prevent them finding their way out. But objects were often put in the mounds and others practices, so there you go. And that's where it was. So, was she a vampire? I think they're looking at this all wrong. I don't think she was a vampire. I think it was someone's mother-in-law, and he put the brick in there to stop her talking. What do you reckon? To stop her nagging at him. What do you reckon? I'm joking. Everybody loves their mother-in-law. So there you go. Vampires in Venice. There you go. What else have we got? What the fuck? Sorry, we'll do this one. We're going to Japan. Japan school news. Apparently, Japanese high schools have been forced to introduce shorts for their cheerleaders in a bid to clamp down on people taking pictures up their skirts. Okay. Several high schools taking part in the country's annual spring baseball tournament decided to take action after sexualised photographs have been taken. This comes in a yearly baseball tournament held at the Koshin Stadium near Osaka. It's due to be held in the summer. And yeah, here are the cheerleaders now. They've got some rather, I don't know, the shorts are fetching. Nothing wrong with that, but really, you disgusting perverts. But then the Japanese, their age of consent was 13 up until recently, so you can see. And yeah, this is how they used to dress, and now they've got them dressing more conservatively because of the dirty perverts in the stands. Ari Ozawa, the head of the school's cheerleading team, told the Mainichi Shimbun newspaper, at first I thought the skirt would be better, but then actually wore the shorts and started cheering. I felt a sense of unity as the outfits matched the baseball team's uniforms, and they were easy to move about, and now I can dance with peace of mind. Well, there you go. I think it makes sense, but you know, again, hey, one, they kind of match the uniforms of the team, which is cool, and it does take that kind of highly sexualised element out of it. But then, you know, for some people, that's the reason why you go to these sporting events, because baseball is very boring, isn't it? It's very, very boring. But what have we learned from this? Japanese men are perverts. Yeah, that's it. That's what we learned. Oh dear. What else have we got? Oh God, I've done too much already. But mind you, I think that that I was interrupted by the delivery driver. Anyone fancy going to Sparkhill in Birmingham? Fancy going there? I mean, these lads look like they're having a... Oh no, oh God, they're having a bit of a barney. Oh God, it's all kicking off. Oh my God, oh my goodness. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, watch out. Oh, God, sucker punch. And there he is, got a plank there. There you go. Everyone's having fun. I'm sure they're just having a right old game. What do you reckon? A right old game. Oh, I've got to do this one. Look into my eyes, not around my eyes, look into my eyes. This is a story of Robert Temple. I am the greatest YouTuber ever lived. On the count of 3, you will wake up and you will subscribe and like this video. 1, 2, 3. Awake! Yeah, Robert Temple was a successful comedy hypnotist who liked to mess with people's minds. I don't know. You wouldn't trust him, would you? Would you trust that guy? No, you wouldn't. And you shouldn't trust him because he was very, very naughty. Right? They can reveal that. He hit the headlines last month when he successfully persuaded a town hall to overturn a 4-decade-long ban on stage hypnosis. Right? But his Red Raw tour came to a halt this week when he was jailed for 8 months. What? Why? Well, he was jailed for hacking and fraud. Yeah, his fans will be left shocked as detectives suspecting Temple may have preyed on more women than the two have already come forward. Right? But yeah, basically, he used social engineering. They're not saying he used it. He might. Would he have been able to hypnotise them? But they reckon he used social engineering to get hold of his victims' passwords in order to steal intimate photos of them and then sell them for cryptocurrency. And one of his victims is 29-year-old Ellie Norman from Lincolnshire, photographed here. But imagine if you went, give me all your passwords. Do you think they could do that? I don't know. But it was detectives from the East Midlands Cybercrime Unit contacted her in 2022 when she realised the woman was actually Temple using a fake identity suspected to be created by using stolen details. And they asked, because I guess he was using her details. He said, I asked if I was involved in cryptocurrency. But even though I'd done nothing wrong for a moment, I went into panic mode. I thought, could I go to prison? But they established that Temple, the hypnotist, had hacked into Snapchat accounts of Miss Norman, a second victim, and stole their photographs in the case of the second unnamed victim, showing her topless and nude. He then used the details of one of his victims to set up a cryptocurrency account to receive payments. That was the lady we showed the solid photograph of, and basically used her as a front to try and sell these other photos. But now he's been sent down for it. Annette Thomas, the senior Crown prosecutor at East Midlands, said the actions of Robert Temple are utterly reprehensible. Using insidious tactics, he exploited these unsuspecting women by hacking into their social media accounts and sharing intimate images of them online without their knowledge, all for financial greed. There you go. And he was jailed for 8 months after admitting hacking and fraud. There you go. That's not good, is it? I want to do that story as well, but I can't because there's not enough time. I've run out of time. There's not enough time. Let's just do the animal story. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to Rwanda, and I'm just hoping that the video works because we have it's quite apt because the advert is for Godzilla and Kong, and it's apt because this is about gorillas. I know Kong isn't real, but it's kind of in the same ballpark. Kong, he's not meeting. It's about a fella who wanted to meet gorillas in the wild, so he went into the Rwandan jungle, and I'm just waiting for the fella known only as Colin. We don't know his first name. Is pictured here. He's not well enough to travel himself, so they took him up there on a stretcher, where he got to experience seeing the mountain gorillas face to face. There you go. It's something he always wanted to do, and he got to do it. He was lifted up the mountain on a stretcher, and he said the experience was amazing. Cameron Scott, who was one of the guides, shared a video on Instagram saying, "This is a first for me. Our group was searching for the famous Hurwa family, which means lucky in the local Kinyarwanda language. Lucky because the family was blessed with twins that both survived to adulthood. One of our group members, Colin, was unable to get up the mountain and was actually carried up on a stretcher by our amazing guides and porters to achieve his lifelong dream of encountering wild mountain gorillas in the wild." And he said, he went on to say, Scott said, what transpired was actually amazing, and as we were blindsided by the gorilla family, we're actually tracking, as they had been traced by them down the mountain by the original location by a lone aggressive silverback. This resulted in us bumping into each other in a small clearing without any preparation or warning. And Colin was immediately lowered on the ground and ended up having a very rare encounter of a lifetime with one of the twins, who is now in fact a proud black-backed gorilla. It was another unbelievable and hilarious experience. Wow, there you go. And there he is. I think he's overcome with emotion. Wow, what an amazing world we live in. Let's see if there's anybody in. Sorry, it was a bit of a rubbish one today, wasn't it? So let's see. 8 people in. AJ's in. So they didn't know cross buns were a desirable pastry. We have them in the States. They're just one of 20 items in the back of the bake. Hot cross buns, they only have them at Easter. He says, name your next album, Spiritual Powers from Drinking Holy Waters of Nigeria. It's a bit of a mouthful. That's what she said. And he said, 231k in student debt. Yes, AJ, it costs a lot. Payne says, student loans used to add up to about the price of a car. Now it's the price of a flat or a house. Or a deposit to a flat or a house. Amazon delivery. No, it's not Amazon. It's New Guitar Day? No, it's not technically a guitar. It is a guitar. And Grant says, Layla, stop your barking, please, Layla. That's what the missus sings all the time. And AJ, he loved that. There was a load of emojis. Grant says, Brick is probably an antiquated version of the vegan diet. It's full of vitamin B. AJ says, wait, I just woke up. Why do I need to like and subscribe? Indeed, it worked. My cunning plan worked. Sorry about the interruption, and sorry if I was a little bit off. I was a little bit off my cue today. I came back from a school meeting about and that's why I've missed him. But the nice FedEx man, right, said, I was driving by and I noticed you'd taken a leaflet, and I thought I'd pop by again. Otherwise, it would have been on Monday, because I missed him at 10:30 because I was at a meeting, and he came back. So the FedEx man, I know you're not going to see this, but yeah, I actually thanked him profusely. It was a bit less, was a bit longer. I said, oh, great, that's really great, really kind of you. FedEx man, fucking top dog, man, love it. And that's it, that's me. Have a good weekend. That was coffee time for this week. Hopefully, if you didn't, fuck off. And we'll do this all again. I'm frazzled. The meeting's left me a little bit frazzled. What was I saying? That's it. Killing the channel. Killing it on the channel. Yeah, I'm killing it. One video at a time. You know you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.